stay in front of, and look at Mark Martin closing right on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon.
Wow. Mark has really closed down on the leader. And he's still having trouble getting by Dick Pringle.
That's the 90-car spotter saying, good job, Dick. Stay in front of that 24 car.
Not going to be able to do it, though, as they go into turn 3. Gordon comes up. Wow, that was close.
And he does put Trickle a lap down, but here comes Mark Martin, and he will easily put Dick Trickle a lap down, but he's now right on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon. And remember, folks, before this last pit stop, Mark Martin was the fastest car on the racetrack.
And now Jeff Gordon encounters some more traffic ahead. That's the 77-car lead of Morgan Shepherd and Darrell Waltrip. And Waltrip goes from leading the race about 7 circuits ago to about to go a lap down.
Morgan Shepherd is running right now currently in 23rd spot. Now 2 laps down for the leader. And we see Terry Labonte right at the back end of this group as he closes in on those leaders.
0.2 of a second lead for Martin, a 1.7-second lead over Terry Labonte, and the interval back to 4th position is 3.8, and back to 5th is 14.2 seconds, 02.
That's from the leader. That's the distance from the leader, Jeff Gordon. So Jimmy Spencer is 21 seconds behind the 24 car.
Now Gordon heads to the high side of the racetrack to try to pass Darrell Waltrip. Can't do it up there, so he comes down now. Still can't get around Darrell Waltrip.
He should try inside, outside. Come on, DW, let me go. DW says, kid, I want to stay in the lead lap. As they come off their corner, Gordon gets a good run. He and Mark Martin trying to make it 3 abreast. He's trying to find a way by Gordon. Can't find it.
But a terrific battle up front between Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin, separated by just a few car lengths or 0.18 of a second.
As we watch this, Greg Sachs is coming down pit road.
So it's anybody's race here as we continue to bring you live coverage of this race. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Since the Hendrick Racing Team started using Quaker State, they finished 1-2 in the '96 Winston Cup standings. Finished 1-2-3 this year at Daytona. And they've won at Rockingham, Bristol, Martinsville, and Charlotte. Which makes you wonder, is it in their blood or in their engines? Quaker State, the quality the Hendrick Racing Team demands, the quality your car deserves.
Everyone is going somewhere. If you're going by car, see us first.
This is the Coke that came in the case, that carried the special MasterCard, that got the cash, that hired the sitter, that freed the mom, that went to the spa, that had the staff, that changed the look, that fit the mom, that drank the Coke, that came in the case, that carried the special MasterCard, that got the cash. Got it? Now get the Coke.
Monday, an ABC network premiere event. In one moment, he lost everything. Now, science may get it back for him 30 years later.
I danced with Daddy last night.
What do you want?
All I ever wanted, I had with you.
For anyone who believes in second chances, Peter Gallagher and Janine Garofalo in Late for Dinner, ABC Monday.
Don't miss action from one of the greatest heavyweight bouts of all time and a preview of the rematch, Saturday on Wide World.
Thrill of victory, agony of defeat.
Boscov's 80th anniversary sale. Sensational savings on imported chains and bracelets. Only $9.99 per gram. 50% off Buster Brown, Play School, and Peter Rabbit summer playwear for all the little ones. Save 60 to 80% on dress and playwear by the famous maker. Your choice, $9.99. $4.99 takes home a bonus 24% lead crystal basket during the 80th anniversary sale at all Boscovs.
When I see this stain, I see Fred. My klutzy brother dripped greasy pizza on my white carpet. Now what's gonna get this out?
Introducing 409 Carpet Cleaner with powerful grease cutters from 409. In fact, on this pizza stain, it beats the leading carpet cleaner.
Bye-bye, Fred.
With new 409 Carpet Cleaner, stains are out of sight, out of mind.
Julia Roberts and Cameron Diaz on the Rosie O'Donnell Show.
Jeff Gordon continues to lead the California 500 presented by Napa here at California Speedway. 215 laps completed, 35 to go. Last week, it was a 400-mile race at Michigan International that Ernie Irvan won. He's behind the wall now, and it appears as if that extra 100 miles that we're running here today is very, very costly to Ernie. Here's Jerry Punch.
Well, Bob, this Salinas, California native really wanted to win the first one back in Southern California for NASCAR, but Ernie, it wasn't to be. What happened?
No, we had something go wrong with this motor in the Texaco Havoline Ford. You know, I want to thank all of our sponsors, you know, that are involved with us, you know, the Ford Motor Company, Texaco and Havoline, and Ray Bastis. But, you know, we were heroes last week and zeros this week, but that's just the way it goes.
All right, now we're seeing some engine trouble. The 4 car went away. The 33 car now having some engine problems. Handicap to finish. Who out there is the man to beat?
Well, you know, just here lately, Terry Labonte's been awful tough. Also Jeff Gordon, but, you know, my favorite's Dale Jarrett right now.
All right, Ernie's out of it. He's going to stand here and pull for his teammate in these final laps.
Well, we saw puffs of smoke occasionally from the 33 car relatively early in the race, and now we're seeing them more frequently.
Yeah, right now, Ken Schrader is obviously blowing up. This is earlier today. Watch as he comes off the corner. He was running second to third at the time. And see that little puff of smoke? We talked to Andy Petrie, and he said his car has been doing that. But this time, obviously, this is more than a puff of smoke. This is an engine in the process of going away. Jackaroo?
Well, guys, I think we begin to see with now it looks as if Schrader is going to come on to pit road. But let's tell you, the first of the leaders has blinked. Remember, we told you Mark Martin's crew said they were definitely going to be able to go the distance. Jack Roush has done the calculations. Guys, they're going to be 5 laps short. Ooh. They desperately need a caution. Meantime, right next to them is Jerry Dehart, who leads the Hendrick Motorsports stable for the Tony the Tiger car, Terry Labonte. Guess what? Labonte, they've done the math. They can go the distance.
Uh-oh. This is going to be very interesting here in the closing stages.
We saw all those cars making sure the fuel tank was as full as it could possibly be.
There is Terry Labonte running back in third position, about 2 seconds behind his teammate leader Gordon. Well, Jerry, how about Jeff Gordon? Can he make it?
Well, you just heard that his teammate, Terry Labonte, they may roll the dice, but Jeff Gordon said, you know, we're trying to win a championship here, and it may not be worth it. However, they are calculating and recalculating, and just a moment ago, they said, okay, now, if we have 23.5 gallons, that means the fuel cell holds 22 gallons. All the lines, every hose that runs out of the fuel cell toward the engine, maybe 23 gallons. We might could make it to lap 249, but that would be all. We would run out of gas on the last lap. Will they roll the dice? Well, it's anybody's guess, but Kenny Schrader obviously is coming down pit road now as more smoke pours out in front of you, Jackaroo.
Well, Jerry, the report on Kenny Schrader is that he's gone down to at least 7 cylinders. But you were talking about Jeff Gordon trying to do the calculations. Guess where they went for a little bit of help on the map? They went down to their teammate, Terry Labonte's pit. They checked and rechecked. So there's the advantage of having a 3-car team. It's all over for Schrader. You can hear the motor. It's smoking badly. I tell you what, you could block a mosquito place right now.
Yeah, look pretty smoky down there.
As we saw Schrader sitting on pit road, we also saw Jeff Bodine in the QVC Ford make that left-hand turn toward the garage. So his day is over.
There's the 88 car of Dale Jarrett running in 4th position, about 6.3 seconds behind.
And you know what? He's losing ground to the leaders, but this might be planned. This 88 car might be trying to make it on one more time.
What about the 10 car of Ricky Rudd, who's in 5th, Bill?
Well, Ricky Rudd certainly knows how to milk fuel mileage. He's done it before, and he might be doing it again today. When they pitted, Randy Hildreth made sure he got every drop he could of gasoline into that car. So a few laps ago, I went by crew chief Jim Long, and I said, you rolling the dice? He goes, I don't think so. I feel pretty good. I think we can make it.
Well, we shall see. 28 to go. In sixth position is Rusty Wallace, who's had a great run here this afternoon.
And remember, he won a race at Michigan, was it last year or year before last, when Terry Labonte had to stop and run out of fuel. Had to stop for fuel. Rusty Wallace made it. There's that Radio Shack fuel summary in parentheses where the car starts. And here comes Mark Martin trying to go by on the outside of Gordon. Can he make the pass on the outside? Jeremy Mayfield there on the outside of Gordon. And that will be the pick that Gordon uses to stay in front of Mark Martin.
So a lot of these drivers hope there's going to be a caution flag sometimes in the next 26 laps so they can come in and get some fuel, but not Terry Labonte, who says he can go all the way. Now Martin once again closes in on the leader of the race, Gordon.
There's David Green, the Caterpillar car, moves over, let the guys go by.
David goes 3 laps down in 26th position. Michael Waltrip is about to go a lap down in 14th. He will be the next car that goes a lap down. There he is, a few car lengths ahead of Gordon.
And the 21 car we reported early in the race, the alternator quit working on his car. They had to change the battery on one of the caution flags, so he still has been able to stay in the lead lap. But right now, I'm sure that the engine is being starved for the energy it needs to make those spark plugs, to make all the horsepower he needs to stay in front of these guys.
Let's continue our assessment of who can and who can't make it on fuel. Jack, what's the story with Rusty?
Bravado goes away in the heat of battle when it gets down to crunch time. Rusty Wallace, he's got to stop with at least 12 laps to go. They really messed up on their map. In the meantime, Dale Jarrett is in the same situation as Mark Martin. Talking to them, they say they've got they need about 5 laps. They need a caution because they're going to have to pit with 5 laps to go. So, Gary, what about on your end?
Well, if you look at the top 6 or 7 cars, a lot of people are saying, what if, what if, what if? But Jimmy Spencer, we know for a fact, can make it all the way. Oh, my, a cut left rear tire that put him a lap down, and suddenly a caution flag and put him back in the lead lap may just hand him a victory if the front 6 have fuel problems.
All I can say is, folks, don't go away because these last few laps are going to be very interesting. Michael Waltrip has gone a lap down. You see both Gordon and second place Mark Martin have passed him.
Did you see where Mark Martin swung right back in front of Michael Waltrip? Why would he do something like that? Because he needed to get his angle into turn 1 as good as he possibly could.
Here's Ricky Craven, Ted Musgrave.
And here's 41 coming down pit road.
And Steve Grissom was running in 8th position, and he has come in for a pit stop. Bill Weber, he's right there at you.
And they swing around to the right side. He's going to get 2 right side tires and enough fuel to top off the tank so Grissom can reach the end of this race. Right side tires bolted on. That's all they're going to do. Quickly clean the grill. Enough fuel in. Steve Grissom, 11 seconds. And now back out into the race.
He stopped on lap 188, so he couldn't possibly make it. He might as well stop right now, get some fresh tires, let him make up as much time as he can on those fresh tires.
21 and a half laps to go for Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, and the others. We'll be back with more of our live coverage in just a moment of the California 500.
IndyCar racing, where the thoroughbreds of motorsports go head-to-head in a battle of science and sweat, where high-tech meets high-speed, and where all the horsepower in the world doesn't mean a thing if you can't get out of the pits. But while every race begins with a green flag, For Scott Pruitt and Patrick Racing, it starts with something else. The Duralast battery from AutoZone. Power you can depend on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sound and the fury. Now we have a precursor. On my right, JT. On my left, we have Snatch. Gentlemen, get down. Let's get it on. One man's pommeling the other. A spectacular extravaganza. A super-duper promotion. Just give them a premium lager. Call Gold. Unparalleled, unprecedented. The premium Gold. Excellence in a lager.
Every split fire is born to do battle and win.
I've got 3 vehicles that I've got it in.
Motorcycles are performance. Split fire spark plugs are performance.
Really delivered the power that I was looking for.
Super. Just great.
Definitely just a lot better plug.
All the difference in the world.
I don't have a lot of money, but I think buying them turned out to be a good investment.
You put the plugs in, if it doesn't meet your expectations, you get your money back.
It's a can't-lose situation. Split fire. You'll get what you want or you'll get your money back.
That's awesome.
Are brought to you by Quaker State for a clean running engine.
The last thing Ricky Rudd wants is to make another pit stop. He thinks he can make it to the end. Some other guys out there can't. If he does stop again, these are the tires they will put on. Sticker tires, brand new Goodyear Eagles. They're going to use that because it's a shorter run. We're in the closing laps of the race. If it was a longer run, say 50 laps or so, they would put on these scuff tires. Ricky ran 4 laps on these tires in practice on Saturday. It makes the tire harder, stronger. It's more resistant to the heat and a better tire for a very long run. That's the tire story. But here's a real track fact. The most nervous guy at the racetrack is their gas man, Randy Hildreth. He's trying to make sure he got every drop into that gas. Now a battle for the lead.
And Mark Martin has taken the lead from Jeff Gordon on the 234th lap.
What the heck? I got to stop. I'm going to try to pass this guy. He probably don't have to, but I'm going to stop.
Jeff Gordon has clinched the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps this afternoon, the second time that he has done that this year. The other time was in Martinsville.
Folks, let me tell you one thing that's hurting Mark Martin on his fuel mileage. Texas Motor Speedway back in April. Jack Roush took full credit for blowing Mark Martin's engine up when he got the engine too lean. Not enough fuel going to the engine. He's fattened things back up. He's now pouring more fuel to him so he doesn't have that problem again. That's one reason Martin isn't getting as good a fuel mileage as he did before Texas. Fuel. You got to pour fuel to those engines to keep them from running lean, blowing up.
Mark Martin taking the lead from Jeff Gordon was the 20th lead change that we have had in this race here at California Speedway. Mark Martin started in 12th position here and now has the lead.
Now, that time by, Mark Martin ran over 180 miles per hour, over 180. And we see he's pulling away from Jeff Gordon. The question is Jeff Gordon being outrun right now, or is he knows that Mark has to stop for more fuel? Is he just taking it easy?
Jeff Gordon's lap last time was 179.3 compared with Mark's 180. Jerry, what's the answer to that question?
Well, Benny, without a question, Jeff Gordon is taking it easy. Ray Evernham told him a moment ago is now that you're not leading anymore, draft anything and everything that moves. As the car number 3, Dale Earnhardt, comes down pit road for a stop. You know the 6th car has to pit. What they have told Jeff Gordon is that you are going to be 1 lap shy. You got to draft anything and everything. As Earnhardt now in for his final pit stop, and very soon Mark Martin will make his final stop for fuel. The final lap winding down here at the California Speedway. It should be a barn burner when we come back. Stay with us.
When people hear the Hendrick Motorsports team switched to Quaker State last year, they'll probably think Quaker State wrote us a big check. Well, that's not how it happened. First, it had to pass our camshaft test. Then it had to pass our dyno test. Then it had to pass a track test. Then they wrote us the big check.
Quaker State, the quality your car deserves.
I believe in the power of the beer vendor. That one man with one beer born in the Rockies can refresh thousands. I believe in the perfect pour. Frost Brewing. Cold beer, warm heart. I believe that the three most important words on earth are hay, beer, man. That if a vendor can't get you your Coors Light at its ultimate refreshment level, it's a darn shame. And I believe in comfortable shoes.
At AutoZone, most of our customers are folks who like to work on their cars themselves. But the ones who come in most often are those who work on cars for a living. Guys like Ed Graven. Now, Ed's garage is in Ogden, Utah, where most of the time you'll find him pulling an engine or sliding under a car. And just about every day, he drives past a half-dozen other parts stores on his way to AutoZone. Because Ed knows that when it comes to getting the right part for the right price, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
Hello, Pizza Hut. How much is one of your new pizzas?
$8.99.
I want pepperoni. With pepperoni.
$8.99.
Sausage. Pepperoni and sausage.
$8.99.
Peppers. Pepperoni sausage. And peppers.
$8.99.
Mushroom. Peppers.
$8.99.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms, that's $8.99.
Now you can get one of our totally new medium pizzas for just $8.99. Topped any way you want.
How much for a second?
Just $5.
Any medium, $8.99. Second one, $5 more.
Can Ari Lyondike make it 3 in a row? Find out as the IRL heads for the mountains in the Colorado 200 next Sunday on ABC Sports.
Here at California Speedway in Fontana, California, your leader, Mark Martin, is pulling onto pit road. We told you before he was going to be 5 laps short of fuel. Now the key is to get the dry brake system with the 11 gallons into the car and count it. 1, 2, 3, and go and away in 2.3 seconds. Remember, there's still a speed limit, but Jeff Gordon is just on the middle of the backstretch.
And Rusty Wallace also came in for a pit stop during our commercial break. He was running in 6th position. Here is Jeff Gordon through the tri-oval, completing lap 241. There are 9 circuits to go.
Here comes Dale Jarrett.
Yep, Dale Jarrett coming in. Jack Garrett, he's headed toward you.
They have been playing the game of conservation all day, but again, they also came up short. Dale Jarrett, who has run just a very conservative race, now has to hit the pit stall. The crew goes to work. Again, a simple gas and go. You've got to make sure you get enough in. They tried to make a quick adjustment in the chassis in 3.4 seconds. They're away, Jerry.
Well, now that it's decision time here for Team Hendrick, you already heard that Terry Labonte thinks they can make it. They are going to roll the dice and go for it. But what about Gordon? Well, just a moment ago, Ray Evernham said, well, Jeff, here's the news. By calculation, sometime between lap 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go, and the checkered, we are going to be out of fuel. What do you want to do? And they decided to roll the dice and go for it.
Wow. Well, it may pay off. It may not. Stay with it. We'll find out in just 8 more laps. Labonte now is running in 2nd position. And he, we have been told, can go the distance without a doubt. And the 3rd place car is Ricky Rudd. And we've also been told that he can go the distance.
Right now, Terry Labonte is gaining on Jeff Gordon. I guess the reason Jeff Gordon is not running the engine as hard as he was before, trying to save some fuel. There we see him drafting Mike Skinner down the backstretch. There comes Labonte.
Jeff about to complete lap 244. It's It's a 2.2-second advantage for Jeff Gordon over Terry Labonte.
Jeff Gordon has passed Mike Skinner. Now he's blocking the air using more fuel. The 10 car still has not crossed the start-finish line. There he goes now, 24.62 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon has won 25% of the races he's competed in since winning his first race at Charlotte back in May of '94. His longest winless streak during that time has been 13 races between Watkins Glen and Rockingham, late '94 and early '95. The interval is 1 3/4 seconds now.
The 24 car, remember folks, he stopped 2 laps earlier than did his teammate Terry Labonte, and also the 25 car of Ricky Craven.
Here's Jackaroon again.
Gary Dehart saw all of his competition go onto pit road. The first thing he did is he jumped over the wall and did a little bit of lobbying with NASCAR about lapped race traffic. As he started to climb back up on his perch, I asked him, "Are you going to stay out?" And he just grumbled, "Yeah."
4 laps to go.
1.6, Labonte getting closer and closer. I think right now Jeff Gordon is just backing up a little bit, trying to save every drop of fuel he can. Labonte thinks he can make it. He might as well run as hard as he can. And force Gordon to have to run harder and hopefully run him out of fuel.
This will complete lap 247, and there will be 3 laps to go in the inaugural California 500 presented by Napa. That's how close first and second are.
Nothing separating the front 2 cars, Jeff Gordon and his Rick Hendrick teammate, Terry Labonte. Ray Evernham. No big deal, is it, Ray? Gary Dehart, the crew chief for Terry Labonte.
These guys work all week long side by side at Hendrick Motorsports, but when they get out on the racetrack, they are bitter enemies.
Well, not bitter, but enemies.
Yeah, they're certainly competitive enemies. Let's put it that way. 2 to go for Jeff Gordon. Can he hold on? Will the fuel last? And can he hold off the hard-charging Terry Labonte? He comes up on the fastest qualifier in this race, Greg Zach, that puts him 4 laps down. Greg in 27th position. This time by, Jeff Gordon will see the white flag. There is Ray.
He said, well, here's Dehart. Evernham says there's not much I can do. Meanwhile, as we watch this, Bill Elliott and Dick Trickle have run out of fuel. Both those cars are on pit road.
Here he comes off the corner onto the tri-oval. The white flag waves for Jeff Gordon. 1 more lap to go. 2 miles to victory. Will it be Gordon or will it be Labonte? Or will Jeff Gordon run out of fuel on the last lap? He's safely through the second corner. Down the backstretch, Ray Evernham has his fingers crossed. The interval stays about the same down the backstretch. And Mark Martin apparently is out of gas as Jeff Gordon sets the car into the 3rd corner.
Mark Martin goes by the front stretch, coaches as cars go by. Here comes Jeff Gordon off the corner. Bob, I do believe he's going to make it.
Let's see if he can do it. He's going to do it. Jeff Gordon wins the California 500 presented by Napa. And the Rainbow Warriors celebrate another victory. Here's Jerry Punch.
Well, Ray Evernham, if I were you, I'd go straight to Vegas. You have won. You are on a gambling streak and what a win.
I'm going straight to church. Because we got to thank God first because he allows us to do this. And I know we were praying real hard, but you know, we gambled. Michael Landis did an excellent job all day with the fuel, and Jeff Gordon did a great job driving the car. We're happy. It's great to be here in California. What a beautiful place this is, and just want to say hi to everybody. But it's just unbelievable. I'm not a gambler, Jerry, but I want to tell you what, I was pretty nervous.
Realistically, did you think he could make it? Landis said, I don't think so.
Well, we really didn't, but Jeff did a real good job, you know, not using the car up, not burning extra fuel, catching a sniff of a draft everywhere we can, and we've worked very hard on that car to get as much fuel out of it as we can. He just ran out of gas.
All right, he just radioed his crew chief, said, I'm out of gas. I may not make it back to victory lane. But the story is this. The charismatic kid from California comes home and goes to victory lane as Mark Martin also coasting in with no fuel. And the question now is, can Gordon get back to talk to us?
Well, he missed pit road, actually. I guess he's going across the grass.
Here he comes through the grass and into victory lane. Jeff Gordon with his 26th career win, tied for 18th in the all-time lap with Freddie Lorenzen. He made victory lane. It's the 7th win for Chevrolet in 1997. And the 7th win for Jeff Gordon. No other Chevy driver has driven to victory lane in 97 except this man.
How about that?
Jeff Gordon's 19th Super Speedway win, putting him 9th on the all-time list. Jack Roush cannot believe that Mark Martin, despite the fuel stop, ran out on the last lap.
He's crushed, isn't he?
Well, NASCAR's first visit to California Speedway has proven to be an incredibly competitive and exciting race. That, as is the case very often at Michigan Speedway, boiled down to fuel mileage. But Jeff Gordon stretched it, and he ended up in victory lane.
That was some coal packs that he took out. They take those coal packs. Oh, give me a sip, he said.
Waiting on Jack to let us know. Whatever, you okay?
And he'll emerge from the car now to the applause of thousands of race fans gathered here this afternoon. A tired young driver, but also a very happy driver.
You know where they're at.
Win the inaugural, he said.
Here's our McDonald's Winner's Circle interview with Jack Arute.
Getting the congratulations of his wife, of his crew, looking for that trophy. The inaugural winner of the Brickyard. Now Greg Penske making you, Jeff Gordon, the inaugural winner of the California Speedway. Congratulations. And you did it the hard way, man.
This is awesome. I got to show Rick this trophy. He told me to show him the trophy, man. We missed you. We got the 1-2. Sorry we missed on the 1-3, but this is a great win for us. Tell you what, to do the inaugural race here means so much. This is an incredible facility, and it's a great race today. I learned how to conserve fuel today, so I got to thank my crew. Everybody in the DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet did an awesome job. Thank Goodyear Tires. They had awesome.
And guess what? Our microphone blew up.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, Jeff Gordon wins his 17th event in the last 46 races, giving him a winning percentage of 37% in the last 46 races.
How about that?
So he won the inaugural Brickyard 400 and brings home the Les Richter Trophy here this afternoon. Jeff Gordon finishing heavy in the Chevy here in California on this summer afternoon. We'll be right back.
Like a...
Hey, when are you gonna buy a new truck and sell me this one? You know you deserve a new truck, man. Oh, come on, man. You know, I've been asking you for years how much you want for it. You know, ballpark, what do you think? I mean, you gonna keep it forever? Come on. Great.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
I think I might know someone who can take it off your hands for you.
Really?
We made the first battery to start the automobile, the first to handle the moon's sub-zero temperatures, and today, the extreme demands of professional racing. Now, Exide's put all this experience into a battery so advanced, it's the official battery of NASCAR. Introducing the Exide NASCAR Select. It's specially designed and built to combat vibration and extreme temperature. So it's built to survive those grueling trips you'll be taking. The Exide NASCAR Select, making history again.
Thursday, the spy story our government doesn't want you to know. Midnight Missions, a failed coup, the operation to get Saddam.
The Americans said the United States government has decided to get rid of Saddam Hussein.
Who were these American representatives?
CIA officers.
Peter Jennings reporting, ABC, Thursday.
The Tour de France, a grueling 21-day race over 2,000 miles. Kind of makes your derriere hurt just thinking about it. Don't miss the preview next Sunday on ABC.
Another day. Another hope.
Is it pizza?
Another sandwich.
Oh. Wouldn't be pizza, would it? Oh. You know that round food with,
Well, we got the hint.
Oh.
Lunchables pizza. 3 real crusts with all the toppings. Fun to make and eat. No need to heat.
Pizza? Mom, how'd you know?
Lunchables brand pizza from Oscar Mayer.
Is it pizza?
Lunch will never be the same.
Honey, it's time.
It's time. Look at the car. Get the car. Oh.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako.
Give your car a rebirth. Mako has 7,000 oven-baked colors, a nationwide warranty, and ambassador paint service for $189.95. Breathe easy and say, uh-oh, better get Mako.
The Chopper 6 Gyro Cam, only on Action News.
The gentleman on the right of your screen is Roger Penske looking over his domain here. His car, with Rusty Wallace behind the wheel, finished 14th, but boy, Roger certainly has a lot to be proud of in this great facility here in California. Well, NASCAR has added 6 new tracks to the schedule in the last 10 years. Let's take a look at the inaugural winners. In Phoenix, it was Alan Kowicki in '88. Ricky Rudd won his 10th career victory in '89 at Sears Point. Rusty Wallace, the inaugural winner in '93 at New Hampshire. The Brickyard 400 inaugural winner, Jeff Gordon, in '94. Jeff Burton won the Texas inaugural race earlier this year, his first career victory, and now Jeff brings home his 26th career victory in the inaugural event here in California. Hendrick Racing, Jeff Gordon started 3rd, won the race. Terry Labonte started 10th, finished 2nd. And Ricky Craven started 11th and finished 9th. And Jerry Punch is with Terry Labonte.
Well, he's 3rd in the points, but he was 2nd in the race today. Terry, you gave it a gallant effort, and he came close.
We did. I tell you what, we had a good run today, and there the last pit stop, I had developed a bad vibration. I wasn't sure if I had the wheel weight off of a tire or not, so we had to put on 4 tires. And that was kind of the distance we lost to Jeff, you know, in the pits there, the difference between 2 tires and 4 tires. I thought I could run him down, but we couldn't do it. We came close, but couldn't get there.
Jeff Gordon's crew knew that you guys could probably make it. They were concerned they couldn't make it. Did you know that possibly Jeff was going to run out on the last lap?
Well, they told me they thought it was going to be close for him, and they knew that we could make it, so. But we both made it. So, you know, a deal like that, everybody gambles at the end, and, you know, it paid off for Jeff and myself both.
All right, Terry Labonte, a strong 2nd place finish, holds on to 3rd overall in the point standings.
You know, last week in Charlotte, the Speedway Children's Charities, the Charlotte Motor Speedway and Rick Hendrick combined to raffle off a Corvette. They raised $269,000 to add to the bone marrow program trying to fight leukemia. Job well done, folks.
That's great. Terry Labonte bounces back from last week, registering his 12th top 10 of 1997. We have more interviews to bring you here on our post-race show. The inaugural California 500 won here today by Jeff Gordon. Stay with us.
Your wait is over. It's big. It's fast. It's here. California Speedway. Now racing has a new home. Where will you be when a new era dawns and racing history is made? California Speedway. Racing's future starts here.
Budweiser. I can't believe they went with the frogs.
Louis.
Our audition was flawless.
Louis.
We did the look. Huh? We did the tongue thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Louis, frogs sell beer. That's it, man. #1 rule of marketing.
The Budweiser Lizards. We could have been huge.
Hey, there'll be other auditions.
Oh, yeah, for what? This was Budweiser, buddy.
No.
This was big. Those frogs are gonna pay.
Let it go, Louie. Let it go.
Hey, Annie.
Hi.
Love the hat.
Oh, I need it. My hair's a disaster. Look at my dandruff. That's easy to take care of with the right shampoo. Here.
With regular shampoo, flakes can keep coming back, but Head & Shoulders helps eliminate dandruff and helps stop flakes before they even start. You may never see flakes again. And your hair?
My hair looks great. Thanks. Don't forget your hat. Who needs it?
Head & Shoulders changes dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
Since the Hendrick Racing Team started using Quaker State, they finished 1-2 in the '96 Winston Cup standings. Finished 1-2-3 this year at Daytona. And they've won at Rockingham, Bristol, Martinsville, and Charlotte. Which makes you wonder, is it in their blood or in their engines? Quaker State, the quality the Hendrick Racing Team demands, the quality your car deserves.
It happens every year in some of the most remote stretches of land in Mexico. And in the world of off-road racing, it's truly the whole enchilada, the legendary Baja 1000. A mountain of dust for those who can stand to eat it, and the end of the line for those who can't. That's why more drivers who challenge the Baja rely on the Duralast battery than any other. The same Duralast you can rely on in your car, because it's the one we stock at AutoZone. The Duralast battery. Power you can depend on.
And we welcome you back to California Speedway, where the race is over. Jeff Gordon, the winner. Saturday at 4:30 Eastern and Pacific, 3:30 Central Time. ABC's Wide World of Sports presents the Valvoline Professional Boxing Series. From November 1996, we'll look back at the heavyweight championship bout featuring Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, plus the Advil Mini Marathon from New York. And then next Sunday on ABC Sports at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central and Pacific, the Indy Racing League rolls into the Mile High State for the Colorado 200. Ari Lyondike going for 3 in a row. That also a brand new facility, Pikes Peak International Raceway. Starting 39th, finishing 3rd, Ricky Rudd with Bill Weber.
Okay, Ricky, next time you take a provisional, no sympathy, okay?
Man, we were pretty pitiful here the first part of this week. These guys on this Tide Whirlpool Ford worked awful hard to get this thing up to par. You know, we weren't a winning car, but we were a top 5 contender all day, and they just worked hard. I can't say enough for them, and the fuel mileage played out at the end.
You drafted everything you could at the end, and you were hoping the guys in front of you obviously weren't going to make it.
Well, our guys were telling us that we were not going to be able to make it ourselves. We were going to come up a lap short, so anything I could do all I could, but they didn't think I could pull it off, and we started catching, drafting lap cars that were wrecked, and used everybody we could, and catch some cars we'd run 3/4 throttle for a couple laps just to try to save some fuel. As it turned out, it was real close, but we made it. We thought it was going to be for the win. We thought that the 24 and the 5 were going to have to stop for fuel, and they chanced it, and they made it barely.
You talk about points all the time. You not only salvaged the weekend, you came out pretty good shape.
Well, I think when you have a car and you struggle, and we were a second off the pole speed, had all kind of problems. We felt like we brought the wrong car here, and still feel that way, but the guys worked hard to get this car in this race and get some downforce put in it, and paid a little bit of a price when they worked on the spoilers and stuff on the straightaway, but it worked out. The car came around quite a bit. You know, anytime you start 39th and come all the way up there and finish 3rd, can't say enough. We're tickled to death with it.
Yeah, it's in pretty good shape, too. I mean, not beat up or anything.
Yeah, I tell you what, it got so serious. We discussed wrecking this car earlier in the week so we could roll out the backup. NASCAR won't let you roll out the backup unless you destroy your first car. So you wouldn't believe how close we came to going out there and putting this thing in the fence early on.
Yeah, I'd like to see you explain that to the owner if you do that, though.
Well, the owner's a pretty competitive guy. He wouldn't have cared.
Okay, great job today.
Thank you.
That's Ricky Rudd, a great 3rd-place finish for the owner-driver of the Tide Ford.
Jeff Gordon, the winner of the race, Terry Labonte 2nd, and Ricky Rudd finishes in 3rd spot. We will be here until the top of the hour, 3 o'clock here on the West Coast, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, so stay with us for more post-race interviews from California Speedway.
There are 2 sides to every Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo. The side you show the world is up to you.
This little celebration is brought to you by the people who've helped so many other people understand and enjoy cellular phones. Radio Shack, America's #1 retailer of cellular phones. Surprised? We're not. We're just happy. Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
Here are some strong reasons to bring your family to Econo Lodge this summer. That's your cue, Hercules. First, kids stay free. And the second powerful reason, kids get free toys and a play scene from Disney's Hercules, the family film of the summer, in theaters soon. Now that's strong. Call 1-800-55-ECONO for Econo Lodge, where kids stay free.
Over time, a car can become a real magnet for replacement parts. And not just filters, batteries, and spark plugs. That's why AC Delco has over 65,000 parts, with everything from alternators to evaporators. AC Delco has quality parts for just about every make of car or truck. Oh yeah, we also make remanufactured engines. AC Delco. It's like buying time.
Now that thousands of race fans gathered here begin to move out of this facility after having seen a great race, let's take a look at the top 15 finishers. Gordon, Labonte, Rudd. Great run for Jimmy Spencer, but Jeff Green also had a great run, finishing in 7th position. Now let's go to Jerry Punch, who's with Jimmy Spencer, coming from a lap down to finish 5th.
Bob, when he was a modified driver, his nickname was Mr. Excitement. Today, Jimmy, you were exciting from a lap down to finish 5th. Congratulations.
I'll tell you what, Jerry, I owe it all to Donnie Wingo and Travis and the whole Campbell team. They just worked hard. And, you know, we were up there running second, and I said, man, guys, we really got us a great race car today. And, you know, all at once, it got real loose over there in 3 and 4. And, you know, Terry LeBlanc got underneath me, and I said, man, I think I got a tire going down. And make sure, and we did. You know, and fortunate the caution fell for us at the right time. We got our lap back, and, you know, we come back to the top 5, so that's a tribute to my guys. And I really feel like we had an opportunity to run better than that. But, you know, track position was real critical today. You had to get really good track position. We got it a couple times today, and it benefited us. Towards the end, we did, but we're glad we made the lap up. But that's the best run we've had today for this year, Jerry. And, you know, I think it's a sign of the rest of the year for the Campbell team. They've worked hard, and they deserve it.
Indeed, an omen for Jimmy Spencer and this entire Travis Carter team. They're going to be a factor for the second half of the season. Let's check in with another driver who's going to be pretty pleased, right, Jackaroo?
Yeah, and I'm pretty pleased because I mugged the RF guy and I got my equipment to work again all day long. 4th, 5th, Rusty Wallace, and then all of a sudden, gas bit you.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, running 4th and 5th throughout the whole day, and engine ran perfect. Everything car was handling great. And Robin said, we're going to have to stop with 11 laps to go. I said, all right. So I stopped.
Now, wait a minute. You didn't say it exactly that way, did you?
I knew we were going to have to stop. At least I thought we did. And then I didn't see anybody else stop. And I said, you mean to tell me that the rest of those guys ran 10 laps farther than I did? He said, yeah. So evidently our fuel mileage wasn't too good, but the car was good. And it was just unfortunate we had a pit.
How much pressure was on you, Rusty, knowing that your co-owner, Roger Penske, built this magnificent facility? I know he came to you before the race and said, not we want you to win it, you're going to win it.
Well, he wanted me to win the thing real bad. Roger was my spotter throughout the whole race, kind of a coach, I guess you could say. He talked to me every single lap, you know, a little higher, a little lower. Yeah, we didn't have a winning car, but we had a top 5 car easy. And, man, it's just, I'm going to go home tonight, just can't believe in this one. It was just something. But, hey, this is a great track. It was a fun race. It was a safe race. And I'll leave knowing I had a top 5 car, but just didn't make it.
And, Bob, I'll bet you all the way home to North Carolina, he's going to have that calculator going and saying, how?
Rusty ended up in 14th position, but a great run for him. Well, we're going to take another break and be back to wrap it up in just a few moments as Jeff Gordon has won the inaugural California 500.
As the holder of NASCAR's all-time speed record, Bill Elliott has become somewhat of an authority on speed. So when it's time for Bill to make a pit stop, he comes to the one place that holds a speed record of its own.
Welcome to McDonald's!
McDonald's. Satisfy your need for speed.
In Normal, Illinois, Gene Goebel is popular with folks who need their car fixed. He does good work, and he doesn't charge an arm and a leg.
Because when he needs auto parts, Gene buys a lot of them at AutoZone. You see, the prices are low every day at AutoZone. So a lot of good mechanics like Gene just pass the savings on to their customers. Plus, they can still get the best quality parts. Sure, they know how to do the work right, but they also know how to save money doing it at AutoZone.
When people hear the Hendrick Motorsports team switched to Quaker State last year, they'll probably think Quaker State wrote us a big check. Well, that's not how it happened. First, it had to pass our camshaft test. Then it had to pass our dyno test. Then it had to pass a track test. Then they wrote us the big check.
Quaker State, the quality your car deserves.
This is Dick, creator of Miller Lite Advertising. Dick knows many Americans work very hard, so he figured, why not do advertising sideways so you can look at it when you are resting? This is what he did.
Just the two of us.
Miller Lite. For those special moments when it's just the two of you. And no one else.
This commercial is made and approved by Dick.
Back at California Speedway, where the race fans are beginning to file out after Jeff Gordon once again flexed his muscle and drove the victory here today. Earlier in the race, he took second place away from Ernie Irvin. Then later, he passed Wally Dallenbach and went into the lead for the first time.
And then he passed Mark Martin. Jeff Gordon did a lot of passing. Ray Evernham, he just did the worrying. Mark Martin there late in the race goes by Jeff Gordon. But Mark Martin had to stop for fuel, and he should have stayed there 1 second longer because not enough fuel. He runs out of gasoline.
Well, Jeff Gordon rolled the dice and came out the winner as his car and that of his teammate Terry Labonte went the distance, and Jeff Gordon racked up another victory, the first of his career here at California Speedway, much to the delight of Ray Evernham and the Rainbow Warriors, and the celebration continues in Victory Lane with Jeff and his wife Brooke. Now let's take a look at the full field rundown. 11 cars finished on the lead lap. There you see the cars that were a lap down. Now 16 through 30 in the finishing order here this afternoon. Dale Earnhardt finished in 16th position, 1 lap down. And Jeff Burton back in 30th position, and now the remainder of the field as 8 cars dropped out of competition here. Well, the points didn't change very much. As a matter of fact, everybody stayed in exactly the same place that he came into this race, except for the 10th position. We'll show you that in a moment. Mark Martin now is 92 behind Jeff Gordon. Now 6 through 10. We'll show you that moving into the top 10, Jeremy Mayfield. The highest finishing rookie is with Bill Weber.
And a career best finish for you, 7 today. Congratulations. You told Benny you had a great car. He wouldn't believe you, would he?
If we get him to shut up long enough, we could do this interview. Yeah, Benny, I had a good car. And I knew we did. We heard a motor yesterday in the last practice, and Hendrick Motors, wasn't no doubt, put another one in, and it run good all day. And I mean, this Cartoon Network Chevrolet, I knew that going in, that if I could keep myself out of trouble, that we could have a top 10 finish, and we did that. So it was a good day for us.
It was a great day for Jeff Green.
And Ted Musgrave, 4th, 2 weeks in a row. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, people probably wouldn't gamble a nickel against me for about a month ago, but look at how he came back. I'll tell you, these guys are awesome. Double 4th again here at California. That thing's running better and better, Jerry. I think you're going to see that thing near Victory Lane here pretty soon.
All right, Ted Musgrave's stock is rising. 2 fourths, 2 weeks in a row. This team really on a roll, Bob. They have momentum leaving California.
Jeff Gordon pulled through the grass to go to Victory Lane here today, and we'll remind you that the NASCAR Winston Cup Series now heads to Daytona for the Pepsi 400 on Saturday, July 5th at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we will have live coverage over on ESPN. As far as the ABC NASCAR Winston Cup schedule is concerned, our next telecast will be at the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in August. Jeff Gordon, the winner here this afternoon for Benny Parsons, Jerry Punch, Bill Yard.
Welcome to another episode. I woke up this morning, I had sprint cars on my mind. I just can't seem to get these sprint cars out of my blood. Tonight, we start off at the San Jose Speedway from June 14th, 1997 with the 360 Sprint Car Civil War Series. And now, for all the great race call action, let's go to George Haig.
They start to pick up the pace. 30 laps about to unfold here at San Jose. The Civil War main event underway. Pava off the top of the racetrack. Hodges on the inside. The field into turn number 1. Everybody look. Pava out front. Hodges is second. Ray Rust is third. Oh, upside down. A violent flip out of the turn 3 area. 3 cars now upside down. Stephen Allard taking a wild ride. As the green comes out, we are underway. Oh, Parva, oh, right into the wall goes Hodges. Everybody stays clear except for the 44C of Baudet. Nobody gets upside down. Ray Rust, 1B, sets the pace. Kurt Organ on the outside as we try to get this one underway. All right, green flag is out. We are underway. Ronnie Day goes way up high, moves into that third spot as Bud Kading has a little problem here in turn number 4. All right, now it's Kurt Organ in front of Ray Rust, Ronnie Day, and here comes Tim Kading, Bud Kading. Bud Kading making some heavy contact with Ivan Warden on the high side. Warden moves to 4th. He's in a Kading sandwich in turn 1. Warden number 63 in the middle of the 35 and 69 Kading sandwich. And they break free, and Bud Kading moves to 4th. Tim Kading is 5th. Ivan Warden is 6th. Up front, Kurt Organ. Kurt Organ out front. Ronnie Day now 2nd. 3rd is Rust in the 1B. 4th, Bud Kading. 5th is Tim Kading. As we start clicking them off, Kurt Organ in the red line oil. Number 5 out front. And the Cowboy working his way forward. The Cowboy gets around Ivan Warden. Cowboy moves to 6th. Up front, Kurt Organ starting to feel the pressure here in the big engine from Ronnie Day, the 7N. These drivers are on kill. They know that the checkered could come out at any time. And Kurt Organ wants to stay out in front of Ronnie Day. Ronnie Day wants to take him here in turn number 1. Goes to the inside. He slides up in front of Kurt Organ. Catches a cushion, but Organ goes by on the inside. They make contact off it too. Ronnie Day now motors on away from Kurt Organ. Ronnie Day looking at a traffic situation here in about one more lap. He will come up on Pava. Early pole sitter, Danny Pava. Now, the first car to go a lap down to Ronnie Day as Day goes down the back straightaway. Ivan Warden stops in turn 3. Warden will bring out the yellow. And Pava will be saved. Pava, I believe, will be saved as we go back a lap. Track is clear, 6 down. Ronnie Day leads the field down. We are green and underway once again. Look at Tim Kading, number 35, going to the top of the racetrack. Goes around his brother Bud, goes to 3rd. And Tim Kading, number 35, has moved to 3rd. Bud Kading going to the inside of Ray Rust, moves to 4th. The two brothers, nose to tail, battle it out for the 3rd spot as they head into turn number 3. And Bud Kading, the big slide job. Oh, takes out his car. Gets into his brother. Takes out Kurt Organ. That is called the bad example of a slide job. Here we go. Ronnie Day puts the pedal down. And we got somebody without a muffler out there. We can hear somebody without a muffler as Tim Kading spins in 4. Oh, he is tagged and hits yet another car. We got carnage in the 4th turn. Tim Kading. I tell you, you got to hand it to the promoter here tonight. He is paying the big fine for keeping the lights on. He wants you fans to get to see this main event. All right, Ronnie Day once again brings them down. 6 laps in the books. Again, we get another red flag. I can almost guarantee you a checkered. So everybody trying to stay clean here and trying to improve on their position as Ronnie Day leads the field down.
It's Ronnie Day, Ray Rust. The Cowboy, Craig Smith, has moved to third. Roger Crockett, fourth. Fifth, the number 17 of Jeff Young, followed by John Golovic, number 57, and Mark Monaco, number 21. Monaco's been on the move. He goes around Golovic. And Monaco's starting to pick up the positions. These red flags, I think, have helped Monaco fine-tune that race car because he is moving forward. He goes around Jeff Young, and he has moved into the 5th spot. Mark Monaco, number 21. On the move, winner of the Lloyd Beard Classic. And he is working the racetrack. Now he's going to work on Roger Crockett. Keep your eye on Mark Monaco, number 21. Monaco started in the 8th spot. Remember, he was involved, had to go to the back of the pack, and he's working his way to the front once again. Ronnie Day working his way up into traffic. Glenn Carson, the first car he will contend with. He's up on the high side. Carson kind of blocks his lane. Ray Rust now. Well, we got a car sideways in front of the leader. Ronnie Day, does he keep it? He does. He keeps it running. Ronnie Day keeps it running. How about that for Ronnie Day? That is not an easy chore to stop one of these cars and keep it running. All right, here we go. 11 laps down. Ronnie Day brings him off of turn number 2. Ronnie Day. Look at Mark Monaco up on the high side of the racetrack. Now dives down on the turn inside of turn 4, trying to pick up the position on Roger Crockett. Crockett, number 11, holds down that 4th spot. Mark Monaco squeezes it tight off of turn number 2. Can't make it stick down on the inside of the racetrack. Mark Monaco all over the back of number 11. Roger Crockett as he goes for the 4th spot. Crockett holds that preferred line. This time, Mark Monaco up alongside of Crockett. Crockett slides up into it. Mark Monaco moves to 4th. Monaco, the man on the move. Now here comes Brian Bullard in the 3F, goes by Crockett. It's Ronnie Day out front. Ray Rust, the 1B, is second. And Roger Crockett with a flat tire. Flat tire on the 11 car, cannot make it to the infield. The yellow flag will be out once again. 13 in the books for Ronnie Day. Trying to pick up that $1,200 bonus from his new sponsor, All Process Alloys. We are trying to figure out who exactly will pick up the $500 bonus for the best move forward. Once again, everybody moving around the racetrack. The Cowboy up a little high in turn 4. Mark Monaco up alongside the number 39 as they enter turn number 1. Mark Monaco trying to pick up the 3rd spot from the Cowboy. The Cowboy battles back. Again, you got your fast qualifier out front, Ronnie Day. Your second quit qualifier in the Cowboy runs 3rd. Ray Rust is the man in 2nd in the 1B. And Mark Monaco trying to find a way around the Cowboy for that 3rd spot. Some of the drivers trying the low side, some trying up high as they come down to complete lap number 15. And we got a car sideways. Okay, gets it straightened out. Jeff Young loses about 3 spots as he gets sideways up there on turn 4. Ronnie Day got it on cruise control out front, no traffic, just motoring along, hoping the laps wind down. 16 down. Top 5 will break away from the pack. Everything pretty much single file as they motor around here with Ronnie Day. Clicking off lap number 18. 18 down. Battle up there in turn number 4 as Glenn Carson, a badly damaged number 84, continues to move forward. He's sideways into and a little love tap by Jeff Young. And Glenn Carson, the wing has come down. Carson loses the wing. I'm sure Carson can't see where he's going. And Mark Monaco, up off the racetrack goes Kurt Organ. He is up against the wall. On the outside of turn 4, Mark Monaco there as well. So 2 cars stopped up in turn 4. Ronnie Day leads them off at turn number 4. Liberty trying to hang on to this ever-challenging racetrack. The battle for second. The Cowboy moves to second. Ray Rust is now third. Don Golobic has moved to fourth. Here comes Glenn Bonet and Brian Bullard on the back of the number 57, trying to make a move for that 4 spot. Brian Bullard, 3F, goes to the inside of John Golobic, gets some horsepower down the back straightaway. He moves to fourth. Golobic battles back. Good transfer of position. Golobic bobbles in 4. Brian Bullard comes back on him. Here comes Jeff Malden. Glenn Bonet, number 44, up on the high side of Brian Bullard in the 3F. He has moved to 5th. Ronnie Day clicking him off, 22 laps down. Ronnie Day stretching the lead over Craig Smith, number 39, who holds down the 2nd spot. Ray Rust, 1B is 3rd. 4th is John Golobic, number 57. 5th, the number 44, Glenn Bonet. 6th, the number 3F, Brian Bullard, followed by Jeff Malden and Dave Lynn. Ronnie Day off of turn number 4. Yep. We click him off. 25 down, 5 to go for Ronnie Day in traffic. Ronnie Day moves up alongside and around Crockett in the number 11. Or excuse me, that's Wasita in the 9W. My mistake. I'm sorry about that for the Crockett fans. Ronnie Day just cuts through traffic. Craig Smith holds on to that 2nd spot. We continue to motor down. 27 down, 3 to go for Ronnie Day. Craig Smith, number 39, holds on to the 2nd spot. The 1B, Ray Rust, is 3rd. 4th is Glenn Bonet. 5th, the number 57 of Golobic, followed by Brian Bullard at number 88. 2 now remain for Ronnie Day. He'll look for the white flag next time off of turn number 4. Last time down. Day up on the high side, trying to go around some slower traffic. White flag, 1 to go. Last lap for Ronnie Day as he heads down the back straightaway. Jeff Young in his sights, goes to the inside of Young. Ronnie Day slides up, catches the cushion, holds on to the racetrack. Ronnie Day takes the checkered flag in front of the number 39. The Cowboy, Craig Smith, comes home 2nd. 3rd goes to Ray Rust in the 1B. 4th will go to the number 44, Glenn Bonet. 5th, number 57, Golobic.
Don't go away. There is more to come right here on Fast Track, your California NASCAR leader. Right here, Bruce Paulson reporting. It's June 21st at the Antioch Speedway. Now, for the call of the modified main event, here's John Myers, Antioch track announcer.
They bring them on. Hammers come down. Jeremy looks them over. Green's out. On the break, down into turns 1 and 2. Gonderman jumps out into the lead. Murphy holds on to 2nd. Stradmeyer back into 3rd. They swing them through turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Everybody touching them around as they bring them off it to the line. Down the back straightaway, it's Dan Gonderman up there with the lead. Stradmeyer now back into 2nd. Murphy up there 3rd. The yellow's going to come off. Chris Wadsworth losing the left front. He'll take it in, get the tire change, get it back out here on the racing surface. Single file restarts. Gonderman sets the pace as they double him up down there. Gonderman slow pace as he brings it off at turns 3 and 4. Hammer comes down. Green's back out. On the break, down into turns 1 and 2. Gonderman still out there with the lead. Hogue moves around, takes over second spot. Hogue down at the bottom, trying to find it. Gonderman loses it up on the high side. Hogue moves around. Gonderman and Stradmeyer side by side. Hogue out into the lead, walking away with it. Gonderman still holding on to second place. Stradmeyer back at third. Busby now moves up into that fifth spot. Gonderman and Stradmeyer touch wheels. They get together. Yellow comes back out.
Yes, it looked just like another day at the office for Bobby Hogue until something broke in his right front suspension system. If you look real close, you can see his right front tire is hanging by just a thread. That ended Bobby's night. We go back to John Myers for the call.
They bring him down off of turns 3 and 4. Carr sets the pace. Hammers come down. Green's out. Carr jumps out into the lead. Murphy in second. Shirk trying to take over that third spot. Moves around Gonderman down on the bottom. Down off of turns 3 and 4. Joe Carr pulls it down. Holding on to the lead. 13 down. Carr with the lead. Murphy holding on to second.
We move up now to the lap 26 restart with Joe Carr in the lead. For the final 5 laps, we go back to John Myers for the call.
Carr brings him off. He'll set the pace. Hammers come down. Green's out. Everybody gets him through. Carr down into turns 1 and 2. He makes a little mistake. Busby gets down on the inside of him. Shirk trying to get even lower as they come down into turns 3 and 4. It's Carr holding on to it. Busby in second, 26 down. They go into turns 3 and 4. Busby found something up there before. Will it work again? Off down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. Busby dives to the bottom. Carr right there in front of him as they bring him off. 27 down, 3 to go. Carr holding on to it, but Busby goes back up on the high side. They bring him off down the back straightaway. Busby can't get it to stick. Carr slides it up. Busby pulls right up alongside of him as they dive into turns 3 and 4. It's Carr on the bottom. Busby washes out. Shirk comes up, and here comes Busby now. Down the back front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Busby's got something on that high side. He brings it off, puts the hammer down, pulls up alongside of Carr. We've got 2 to go as they bring him off at turns 3 and 4. Busby again washes out. Won't hold down at 3 and 4. White out, 1 to go. Busby tries it again. Tries that high side. Tries to make it stick as they bring him down the back straightaway. And into turns 3 and 4. Carr down there. The checkered flag going to come out. Picking up the win. The 12C and Joe Carr. Busby in second. Shirk, Brown, and the 10A of Chris Wadsworth. Then back to Gonderman and Murph.
Now, don't get to feeling too sorry for Bobby because he came right back 1 week later and won again at Antioch on Saturday, June 28th. Those highlights are next. Are you finally getting track? Bruce Paulson here once again. It's June 28th at the Antioch Speedway. We're going into the final 4 laps of action for the modified main event. And now, here's John Myers with the call.
On the break, down into turns 1 and 2. It's Hogue jumping out into the lead. Gonderman back into second. Brown trying to make that high side work. Moves around, takes over third. Here comes DeCarlo back on the bottom. Will it stick? Carr tries the high side. Moves around, takes over that 4th spot. Hogue up there with the lead, a little bit out of shape down the back straightaway. Gonderman closes in on him as they set into turns 3 and 4. Hogue tries, puts a hammer down. Gonderman tries everything he can. They come to the line. It's Hogue, Gonderman, Brown, Carr, and New. Off and down the back straightaway with 2 to go. The White will come out this time. Down into turns 3 and 4. Hogue with a hammer down, brings it off and to the line. White flag out, 1 to go. Hammer down for Hogue as he comes off down that back straightaway. Hammer down, Gonderman trying everything in the world he can to catch him. They bring him down the back straightaway, bring it off to the checkered flag, going to pick up the win. Bobby Hogue with the win, Gonderman in second. Carr takes third, Brown fourth, New fifth.
This past weekend at the Watsonville Speedway, Jim Pettit II won the modified main event. And Chris Wadsworth, in his rookie modified season, picked up his 6th main event win of the year at the Antioch Speedway. These races will be shown in their entirety later this fall. Got to start storing up for the winter, you know. So California Motorsports saying, may all your racing be to the checkered flag. Tonight's show has been brought to you by Beechwood Age Budweiser, California. Join us again next week for Sports Channel Fast Track.
As race fans, see cause for celebration one more time. Hello, race fans. This is Trace Ali, along with Ozzie Allman, the voice of the Havre-Tampa Dirt Racing Series. And here we are, midway past the season, and in the heat of competition and the heat of summer, race fans are absolutely breathless at this moment.
Tremendous action last night. Fireworks, there were sparks everywhere here at West Plains, the first night of a two-day stop during the Havre-Tampa Super Nationals during the summertime 4th of July visit. Don and Billy Gibson at West Plains Motor Speedway providing a great racing surface for the racers. They do a wonderful job for the race fans here. It's such a special weekend and a lot of excitement on tap here tonight.
And proof of that came last night with the first of 2 features held this weekend with 50 laps of some of the most intense competition we've ever witnessed. Billy Moyer right off the start took the lead as he coasted to the inside, but it was Wendell Wallace coming with plenty of throttle down the back straightaway that suddenly shot out in front and took that lead away from Moyer. Moyer has been devastatingly strong at West Plains Motor Speedway, winning 3 of 4 Show Me 100s, and again being very strong every time the Havre-Tampa Race Series has shown up. Right now, the 5-car Ronnie Johnson from Chattanooga challenges inside Billy Moyer, but Moyer has begun to work the high side of the racetrack at West Plains Motor Speedway. It's $5,000 to win on the table, with Skip Harp in the 31 car now moving inside the 5 of Ronnie Johnson. Later in the race, it's the 17M car of Dale McDowell who will stay on the high side of a 2-groove racetrack, with Wendell Wallace running in 3rd, backing up just a little as they go into turn 3, beginning his approach and picking up the speed, going deeper in the throttle, staying almost dead even with Moyer through that turn, but Moyer again quicker in the straightaway, now diving inside the 17M car of course, Dale McDowell. The 2 blue Monday Motorsports team cars move like the Raptors from Jurassic Park, diving and twisting, attacking together. But Billy Moyer knows the way around the racetrack is going to be better on the high side, as he demonstrates here. Again, slightly to the outside, the right rear of the car moves as he goes through turns 1 and 2, and again here in 3 and 4. But Moyer has found a bite that's beginning to work on his race car. He's got a strong feeling in that car, and you can watch and tell it's nearly perfect. The 2 blue cars, 17M to the outside. In turn 3, of course, of Dale McDowell, but now Wendell Wallace doing his famous patented low move on the inside of the turn, squeezes again more traction for himself as he now grabs the lead going down the back straightaway. Dale McDowell now challenging him from the outside. Moyer, of course, behind the 2 of them, and Wendell held up momentarily by lap traffic, brings Moyer back into the picture. Now he dives to the low side after attacking from the top for so long, moves back up on the high side out of 2. As he comes back down 2 in the next lap, he shoots down the back straightaway suddenly with plenty of power and puts a little move there past the 17M of Dale McDowell. Wendell Wallace now has the lead for the first time after fighting through lap traffic, and the 2 top cars battling right behind him. Moyer has a seamless racing effort going, now moves to the high side. His tires have heated up. He's begun to move even faster now on the outside lane. The outside lane being the favored one for Moyer. He dives to the inside, takes it to the middle, goes right between the 2 Monday Motorsports cars, takes the lead as it comes out of 3 and settles in the groove again on the high side of 4. Both of the Monday Motorsports cars, 17M of Dale McDowell and the 6 of Wendell Wallace, trying to get back into the battle, but Billy Moyer has definitely put a discouraging note on their progress as he's gone down the back straightaway at full flight. Now with plenty of speed coming out of 4, again plenty of acceleration into turn 1. Now the 6M car of Wendell Wallace has moved up to that high groove with Billy Moyer. But Moyer continues his lead with Dale McDowell working the low side. Both he and the Monday Motorsports teammate, Wendell Wallace, have been exchanging places on the racetrack. Both of them trying to decide whether it's the high or the low groove that'll work for them. But for Moyer, it's an entire racetrack that works for him with all the speed through turn 3, and now apparently not even lifting off the throttle as he continues to push forward, pulling himself into the front and keeping it all the way. Suddenly, on the high side, it's Skip Arp from Georgetown, Tennessee, in the 31 car, who takes over second spot momentarily from the 17M car, having put the 6M of Wendell Wallace behind him, again working the same high groove that Billy Moyer has run so successfully so far in this 50-lap feature. 17M of Dale McDowell still staying to the low side, staying with what has worked for him as he's worked this entire race all the way to the front. Now back to third as Skip Arp has slipped up to the high side. But again, Dale McDowell continues to look for all the moisture he can find on the low side of the racetrack. Even though Skip Arp has the lead on him, McDowell still has something in the car that will bring him back as he slips to the low side of Skip Arp. Dale McDowell, though, slows momentarily, and Skip Arp picks up speed and gets into the left rear quarter panel, putting a crimp into it and shooting to the inside, now making the move back to second place. Wendell Wallace tries to pick up, keeps his momentum through turn 3 and 4. Dale McDowell, though, fights his own teammate off, still holding on to third, now caught up in a battle 3 wide in turn 2. Skip Arp has now slipped ahead of the 2 cars. Momentum exchange, weight in motion plus speed. It's all about racing right here as Skip Arp continues to pour around on the high side that Moyer has blazed the path on, while the 17M of Dale McDowell continues to stay in front, but is now running third as behind him Wendell Wallace takes the attack to the high side. And coming up fast, it's the 5 car of Ronnie Johnson working the inside low groove, another master at making the short part of the racetrack work extremely well as he battles into turn 3 and gets a little piece of the nose from Wendell Wallace right in his rear deck. And down they come the front straightaway. This is second, third, fourth, and fifth. It's Moyer all the way ahead by a straightaway length, leading the entire field. With the eyes of the entire audience at West Plains Motor Speed watching, he takes the white flag running down the back straightaway out of turn 2 the final time. Behind him, Dale McDowell has moved into second ahead of Skip Arp one more time. But it's Bill Moyer out of Batesville, Arkansas, that takes the checkered flag and makes it 2 Hav-A-Tampa Dirt Racing Series wins in a row, as a legendary performance on this racetrack continues to keep Billy Moyer atop the National Points Championship standings. And, of course, wins this race tonight with Dale McDowell after a magnificent effort finishing second. Skip Arp, of course, had traded places with McDowell but ends up third. Second Monday Motorsports team car driven by Wendell Wallace comes in fourth, and Ronnie Johnson works up from the rear to finish in fifth.
Billy Moyer rings up his second win in a row in the Hav-A-Tampa Dirt Racing Series, the first of 2 big nights here at West Plains Motor Speedway. Phenomenal race. The fans are still talking about it today. They were 3 wide down to the checkered flag. Dale McDowell, Skip Arp, Wendell Wallace, Ronnie Johnson all in the mix. Those guys and a host of others ready to go here at West Plains Motor Speedway in the big 100-lapper.
But, of course, the big action is going to be whether anybody can catch Billy Moyer again at a track he absolutely dominates here in the Midwest. When we come back, though, we take a look at the heat races and see how it all will stack up for tonight's big 100-lap feature.
Yeah, but you hope it don't last as long as it does. But, you know, we just hope the good Lord, you know, let us go and do good.
Freddie Smith, of course, defending that 1996 Hav-A-Tampa Dirt Racing Series title with new vigor and new excitement with that big win behind him now. But here we go again. It's another new night.
Brand new game. Heat races a major factor in where you're going to start in that feature. Freddie Smith, by the way, the event champion here in the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Firecracker 100 at West Plains. The finale night. Here's how it happened in the heat races.
West Plains Motor Speedway is ready for a second night of the fantastic Hav-A-Tampa Dirt Racing Series with Wendell Wallace in the 6M car, working on the low side, battling hard with Dresden, Ohio's Donnie Moran, the Midwest giant that's come to play with the big boys from the Southeast. Again, This time, the 17M fills in the spot next to Moran after Wendell Wallace pulls slightly ahead and maintains the charge down the front straightaway into turn 1. Plenty of momentum, and Wallace has that race car set up again for a second night with plenty of power, and it's throttled down all the way, coming out to take the checkered flag from turn 4 and grabbing heat race number 1, winning the pole position for tonight's O'Reilly Auto Parts 100. Race number 2, Billy Moyer on the high side, a place he found great success the night before, but finding plenty of challenge from the 7 car of Mark Miner as they go tight in the turns, slicing through 4, but holding so steady, so professionally through those turns. But this time, Mark Miner has bobbled, and it's apparent as Moyer slides away with plenty of speed down the back straightaway. Back behind him, the 00 of defending series champion Freddie Smith fights with co-sponsored teammate, the 31 car of Skip Hart, both out of Knoxville, Tennessee, both working hard to pick up that 3rd spot to get into the big race tonight. Freddie Smith in the 00 has finally picked up a win in a non-sanctioned race, but now he's looking hungrily for a win in the Habitat Dirt Racing Series to pick up his challenge and defense of his title. But Skip Hart, also equally hungry, fights on the low side of the racetrack. He's ready for the first win of the season. But ahead of them, it's Billy Moyer. He's held the lead and won heat race number 2, followed by Mark Miner battling hard in 2nd. With the speed of the Habitat Series going by in turn 1, it's now Terry Phillips from up the road in Springfield, Missouri, running very quickly and smoothly around a racetrack that some call his home track, as he's won championships in many races here. But it's the 32 car of Bob Pearson 2nd, battling with Randall Chuff out of Kentucky, fighting hard on the low side of the racetrack. But it's been Phillips all the way in this heat race. He'll take heat race number 3 and go to the big show on the inside of road number 2. Heat race number 4. It's Bill Fry coming on stronger and stronger with every single appearance after having some major races.